Hey everyone, how's it going? Finny here. Right, special ingredient brew day. We've been given pumpkin to use, with the added caveat that we've got to also ferment in the pumpkin. So what I'm going to do is do a slightly larger batch than I normally do, probably get it up to 5.5 litres, and then decant 1 litre into this once I've hollowed it out a wee bit. So it'll be sort of an open ferment in the pumpkin, and then ferment all the other beer in the carboy as we normally do, and then do some blending or just bottle up separately to do a comparison at the end. So what I'm going to brew is like a saison, a spiced saison. So we've got a bit of nutmeg and cinnamon and ginger to go in the boil as well. So what I'm going to do initially is fry up. So I dry fry some of this. I don't have an oven in the shop, so I can't really bake any. But dry fry this, make it into like centimetre cubes, and just do it in the pan. I've got a stone pan, as you saw in the bacon one, so it's that'll not give out any oils or anything, but it'll be nice and smooth. So I'm going to use 200 grams of the pumpkin, and then split 100 grams into the mash and 100 grams into the boil. So hopefully we get that sort of pumpkin-y flavour coming through, and it should be an interesting brew day. I'm interested to see how easy this is going to be to cut up. I brought my big knife from back home, and obviously we've got to keep it all sterile if we're going to ferment in it. So the inside of this, I would assume, is going to be sterile, because nothing's been able to get in, because it's got a nice thick skin and what have you. So that's where we're going to be. So I'm going to get to cutting this and then trying to keep everything sanitary afterwards, and then I'll probably show you a bit of the frying up, and then a bit more of the brew day. So wish me luck, it should be interesting. So here we are, about 200 grams of diced pumpkin, or just sort of, hopefully it'll just brown them, soften them up a wee bit so we can extract some of those sugars. And then here's our pumpkin. I've just sanitised the top. I'll take that off when we eventually come to it. And then we've got a bit of a gap in here. I'll try and sort of smooth that out as much as I can, but it could be interesting. I'm going to put some boiling water into here and just see how much sort of space we've got, and then hopefully the boiling water will just soften it up a wee bit, and then I can scoop out a bit more, so we've got a bit more fermenting space. There we go, we've been frying it about 5-10 minutes now. And you can just start to see there's some caramelisation on the edges, and they're starting to soften up a bit as well. You see, you can squish them. So these are close. I'll give it a wee bit longer. I'm just bringing up the water here for mash temp, for mashing in. Yeah, seems to be going well so far. Okay, so the mash is done. I'm just heating up a little bit more water to sparge off the last of the grains, and then it's going to be an hour and a half boil, because it's using Pilsner malt, so I just want to make sure I've got enough in the brewer pot that then it's going to be able to split across the two. So I'm not sure if I showed you earlier. I've hollowed out a lot of the pumpkin, try and give me a bit more space. When I added in the hot water, it sort of softened that out a bit, so I could really get, scooping with the spoon a bit. So I got out a bit more. So hopefully it'll be just around a litre-ish that will be able to go into there, and almost do like an open ferment on it, which should be interesting. So while I'm just waiting for everything to come up to the boil, I'm going to open one of these. So this is like a small batch of what ended up as being potentially my SJ pour entry. So it's the Red West Coast IPA. So these have only been in the bottle about 5-6 days, maybe a week at the most. Not much of it is. Maybe it's not carbonated, but I just wanted to see what the profile was like, because this is very close, approximate to what we've got in the keg. So if you can see that, it's definitely red. And this was done with Citra and Amarillo. The other one I did was El Dorado and Amarillo. So definitely fruity. Shit, real fruity on the nose. So what I'm looking for here is a nice dry finish. Because obviously that red West Coast IPA, you know, it's quite aggressive with the bitterness. I can't remember what this one finished at. I know the one at home finished at 1014, but I can't remember what this one finished at. But with a bit more carbonation, that will, you know, help bring that bitterness to your palate again. In terms of colour, you know, aromatics, flavour, it's all there. Could probably do with a bit more bittering, but with the smaller system, it's hard to get that bitterness really into it. But the one at home certainly is more bitter than this, even the hydro sample that I took. Right. Nice. Good stuff. Alright, I'll carry on here. I'll catch you during the boil, maybe. Brew day is done. We're just transferring into our fermenters. Of course, we have the regular, and then we have our pumpkin. So I think I might pour a bit into this, then a bit into the pumpkin, fill the pumpkin up, and then get back to filling the rest of this carboy up. Wood is looking really nice and clear. It smells great. You can really get that cinnamon coming through. So we'll just take our fermenter lid off. And in we go. So there we go. Give it a bit of splash, a bit of aeration. Thanks, Kerry, for putting this forward. It's going to look pretty good. Alright, so here it is. Beer inside. We're just going to pitch a wee bit of yeast in there. Not too much. We'll let that sit for a bit, then we'll stir it in once I've got all the other ones sorted out. As you can see, it's really clear. Nice colour, but obviously not too much in there, so just decanted a bit so we can try and pour off the top. If not, we'll just bung it in. We've got about another 10-15 minutes to go. So that's brew day. So hopefully tomorrow we'll come and this we'll be able to look inside and there'll be krausen everywhere, and it'll be hilarious. So hopefully I'm going to put it in a box on my my heat pads under there and try and keep it warm enough, because obviously trying to heat something like this is going to be quite a big heat sink, is the pumpkin itself. Rightio, it's the morning after. I've just opened up my box, and as you can see, this one's going nicely, bubbling away. Nice krausen. It would be bubbling away if it's probably sealed a bit better. And let's have a look. Hey, so we got krausen on the pumpkin one too. So pretty cool. We'll just leave that on, stop stuff getting in, and happy days. Oh look, now we're bubbling. So, be interested to see if we can bottle them up separately and, you know, have a side by side.